everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lorraine Rose, and if you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I appreciate it so much. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make over a closet space. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open the closet now and show you what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so here is the closet, and before we get into the makeover, I want to kind of give a bit of a background story of this space. Now, before we moved into this home, I believe that maybe at one point this was used as a laundry room, but they converted the laundry room to be downstairs in the garage area, and so anytime we want to do laundry, I have to walk down the stairs into the garage and through the basement apartment, and we share our washer and dryer with our in-laws who rent out our basement apartment, and so it's kind of a bit of a hassle. But there are other projects that we're wanting to do in our home before we tackle this one and turn it into a laundry room, so that way we can have our own laundry room upstairs and we don't have to share or walk so far to get to it. But it will be a couple of years before we actually get to it. So if you have a space like that in your home that you eventually want to remodel, but it's going to be a while before you do it, hopefully this video will help give you some tips and tricks just to kind of make your space a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, a little bit more organized until you're able to do that big remodel to it that you're wanting. And this space has kind of become like a catch-all. I mean, we do use it like for my husband's work uniforms, and we use it for other things, but it's just kind of a junk space. Like, we just kind of throw stuff in there, and I feel like for your home, every space, regardless of whether or not it's a room or a closet, it should be something that when you open the door and you look into it, that it brings you joy, that you're able to use it as a functional space, that it's aesthetically pleasing, that you like the way it looks. And right now, this is not nice. Like, I don't like the way it looks. So I'm just going to make some changes to it, and hopefully it will help you with your spaces, even if you're not able to ever remodel a certain space, but you just want to make it more organized and you want it to look a bit nicer. Hopefully this kind of step-by-step guide that I'm going to take you through will help you, to give you some ideas. And you don't need a ton of money. Like, when I asked my husband if I could make over this space, the budget he gave me was not very big, and I mean, it was like a very generous budget, I feel like, but I was able to do a ton with it. And so I'm gonna, with every new item that I purchase for this space, I'm gonna show you guys, and I'm going to tell you how much it cost, and I'm gonna link it down below for you. But you really don't have to have like thousands of dollars to make over a space. You could just have a small amount and still make it really nice. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to measure your space out. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, once you have your space all measured out, you're ready for the next step.
Here begins a 4-step process to get you started. For step number 1, you want to take your measurements along with a blank piece of paper and draw out your space as best as you can along with the correct measurements that you just took, so you have a visual of your space and what you're working with. I use this as my creative drawing board to get me started on how I want to implement my own design into the space. For step number 2, you want to create 2 different columns, one for brainstorming and one for any DIY projects you may want to tackle for this space. I like to use this time to write out a list of everything I am planning on using in this space under the brainstorming section, which then helps me decide which organizational products will be best to incorporate in this space to help it be more functional for my lifestyle. Then, for step number 3, you want to do some research online and decide what items you want to purchase for this space and draw it out on your piece of paper, making sure your measurements match the items you are picking. At this point in time, you need to make a list of all the items you are wanting to purchase. That brings me to the next step, step number 4. For step number 4, you are now going to want to purchase all of your items you will need for this space, including paint. That way, you already have everything you need before you even begin to organize your space. This will make the process go that much smoother and quicker. Once you have done these 4 steps, you are almost ready to begin your makeover. But first, you need to complete any DIY projects you thought of for this space. I wanted a new ironing board stand, so I found some plans for an iron board stand off of Anna White's website. I will link them down below for y'all. My husband and I had so much fun making this, and thankfully we had everything we needed for it on hand, so it was free to make but made such a big impact on my new closet space. So you want to go ahead and do any DIY projects now.
Open up, shut it down like a Macintosh. Open up, open here. Cold as ice and Coca-Cola. Open up.
You want to go ahead and empty everything out of your closet. So I'm going to use my living room space. I just kind of pushed my coffee table to the side, and I'm going to bring all of this stuff into the living room. So do that now.
Now that your closet space is all emptied out like mine is here, you want to go ahead and divide everything into different sections on the floor and go through each section one at a time, deciding what you want to give away, what is trash, and what you want to keep. My husband's work uniforms are the first section I'm going to go through, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, I'm all done with that section. Now this little pile were clothes my husband no longer needed, so I went ahead and folded them neatly for him to retire to his dresser for clothes to wear when he's working around the house. And I also started a giveaway pile with the old hangers that were in the closet because I'm planning on using some skinnier velvet hangers I already had, but I will link them down below because they are great for space saving. And then I just went ahead and hung all of my husband's clothes he will be keeping on the new hangers and just draped them over the couch to save space on the floor while I continue to go through each pile. Now I can move on to the next section. Now this is my workout equipment, and I'm planning on storing this in the garage as we have a gym we go to, and I don't use these things on a regular basis. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and tackle this section right here. So let's go ahead and do that now. I am done clearing out that section. I did add a few items to the giveaway pile. Now the white bucket that was in that pile had my wheat in it for making bread, so I went ahead and put the wheat in some smaller containers I already had on hand to put in my kitchen pantry, and I'm just going to use that white bucket in our garage for extra storage space. And then I just divided everything else that I wanted to keep in that pile into different sections to store in some organizing bins you will see later on to put back into the closet space that we're organizing. I also cleaned anything in this pile that was dirty, and I put my husband's piano tuning items here in this Ziploc bag. And I also went ahead and clipped his cords with a hair clip I already had to make it look a bit less cluttered, as well as cleaned his leather briefcase just to give it a bit of a facelift. I also went ahead and organized his shoe shining kit in this empty basket that I got out of our linen closet in our master bedroom, and I'm going to store that back in our linen closet. And then I organized our batteries in this little basket that I already had that was in our hallway closet that I keep my cleaning supplies in, and I'm going to go ahead and put these batteries back in that closet. And this paper bag has items in it that I'm going to organize in our master bedroom that are no longer needed in this closet space. And so now I'm going to move on to this section here. Okay, so this last section here is all organized. I cleaned off his instrument cases. They were just a bit dusty. Now, these I am planning on putting in our home office because we have space in that room, and that's where my husband plays his instruments anyways, so it just makes more sense for them to go in that room. And all of his other miscellaneous music items I put in this box I already had, and I will store that in our home office as well.
Okay, you guys, so now that you're done purging all of your items and organizing them into different sections, you're ready for the next step, which is painting. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe down all the walls first, and I'm going to clean the carpet, and then I'm going to start painting. Now, I decided that I am going to paint this closet only because this color that it is now is nice, but since it is a closet and it's a smaller space, I thought a brighter color would be a lot better for a smaller space. When you have a small bedroom or a small closet, it's better to go with brighter colors like white. That's what I'm going to paint. I'm going to paint it white because it just makes the space look so much bigger, and I am kind of obsessed with the color white right now. I just feel like it really makes everything look brand new. It makes it look crisp, and even if you don't have like the really thick baseboards and you just have the small, just basic baseboards, and you paint that white and you have a white wall on, behind it, it makes it look brand new even though you're painting over something old. And so that's why I decided I'm going to go ahead and paint. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, you guys, I just went ahead and I took a bucket with some Dawn dish soap and some hot water and a rag, and I wiped down all of the walls and the shelf. And I also wiped down the baseboards, and I cleaned the carpet with this. You guys, this is the best carpet cleaner ever. Like, it's amazing. So it takes up so many different kinds of stains. It's just incredible. So, eventually when we remodel this space, as you can see, we didn't put like a divider right there. But when we remodel it, we are going to put new flooring down. So, for now, I just cleaned the carpet. But yeah, so I am ready to go ahead and start painting. And I'm actually going to take this down right here as well as this, and I'm going to spray paint both of them a matte black. So I'm going to do that as well. But when you guys see me next, this will all be painted. Here's the paint that I'm using. I just wanted to show you guys. That's the code that you need for it. My hero.
Zero, my hero, how wonderful you are. Place a 0 in front of a 1, or after a 1, and you've got yourself a 10. Place 2 zeros after a 1, and you've got yourself 100. Dude! Oh, they got some screw in there. Wow. Pole. Look at that. Look at that.
Here's just a little tip: if you have space between your shelving board, you can go ahead and just caulk to cover up that space right there like he's doing, just to make it look really nice and clean and crisp.
Cohesive.
Okay guys, so now that we are all done, I'm ready to fill this thing up. So the first thing we're gonna do is put my ironing board stand up that my husband and I made together, and then I'm just gonna fill the space in, so let's go.
Is that where you want it?
Yeah. Okay, we're about to put it in the wall.
That looks cool. Oh. Is that going to be too high for you? Oh, the ironing board. We
Yeah.
got to see the ironing board. Where's that at?
Okay, so we just put a coat of matte poly on this dowel rod, and so we're gonna just let it dry. We're gonna go to dinner, and then when I get back, I'm going to fill this space up.
The first thing I'm doing here is organizing my new iron board hanger and placing my new iron in it, as well as some starch along with my ironing board and my new cover. Then I went ahead and I organized all of my items that were sectioned off in the living room into these IKEA bins that I went ahead and labeled with my new label maker. And then I placed a basket at the end of this shelf for my husband to put his dirty work clothes in. I already had this basket, but I will try and find it on Amazon to link down below for y'all as well if I'm able to. Now the next item here is a space-saving clothing hanger. This way I will have more closet space to hang our winter jackets in, and that way I can have my husband's work clothes more in one designated spot. I wanted something to organize my husband's shoes on because our master bedroom closet is so small and I find we don't have enough shoe storage in it, so this is my solution for that problem. And then I just went ahead and hung my husband's backpack that he takes to work with him on this hook, as well as his lunchbox and work hat. That way everything is easily accessible to him when he goes to leave for work in the mornings.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and let me know in the comment section what you would like me to do a video on next. If you want me to do some more home organization videos, there are lots of other spaces in my home that need to be organized still, and I would love to make those videos for you guys. But really just anything home. I do all things home on my channel, so cooking, cleaning, DIY projects, home decor. I even do some curly hair tutorials, so whatever y'all are interested in, just let me know in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get those videos out to you in a timely manner. I upload weekly, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Bye!